So I'm reading a news report about a petition that's coming out of Texas to secede from the United States government. And I can't believe I'm actually reading this. It reads, an online petition that calls for the state of Texas to withdraw from the U.S. and create its own government on Monday reached the required signature threshold to receive an official response from the White House. I cannot believe that just because Obama won, Texas now wants to withdraw from the United States of America? Are you fucking kidding me? Of all the racist nonsense I have ever seen in my life, just because the president is Obama, a black man, now the state of Texas wants to withdraw because they didn't get their way. Oh, boo-hoo.
They're worthless anyway.
Boo-hoo. Get over it.
What?
Get over it. And grow the fuck up. These people who are racist need to get over themselves and grow the fuck up. Nobody cares about your little racial problem anymore. Nobody gives a damn anymore. That's old school, old network shit. We don't do that shit anymore. America has stepped forward by allowing a black man in the head office. Now, the option of this last election was we could let Obama go forward. Yeah. Or we could vote for Mitt Romney. Obviously, America chose Obama. And Mitt Romney did not win the popular votes. He got 49%, and Obama got 50%. Over 50%. I believe it was actually 47% that Mitt actually got. Somewhere in there. So, I've been talking to people left and right about this nonsense. People are not aware that, you know, Mitt Romney was wearing his magic underwear that Mormons wear, and that they believe that God is a man that lives on a planet called Colo. And that's what they rather have in the White Office or the
White House.
White House? White Office, White House. It's really the same thing. Really?
Oval Office.
Really? Just because he is white? Oh, come on, people. Notice how there was a total blanket on the media not to talk about Mormonism. Did anybody notice that? But yet when Obama was running, they brought up that church he was at and the racial stuff that guy was saying. Now, granted that the Mormons, because of political pressure, they start letting blacks have more of a representation within their church in 1978. That was only because of political pressure. Only because of political pressure. Not because the church has changed, but because of the political pressure. Let's not get it twisted. Okay? And that's the same environment that Romney was raised in. Let's not get that twisted either. Yes, I saw his so-called declaration that when he found out that blacks were allowed in the church to a higher level, he pulled over the car and supposedly cried. Okay, let's take a look at this. A grown man who's raised to think that black people are evil, pulling over his car and crying. What was he crying for? He said he was crying because he was happy for black people. And he also believes that when he dies, he's going to become a god and go to live on the planet Colo too. That's part of their beliefs. And wow. I think I'd rather go for the Heaven's Gate people. They at least, you know, made a little bit more sense, if you ask me. So, the people who voted for magic panties are all pissed off. And now the state of Texas wants to withdraw from the United States government. That is the biggest piece of bullshit and nonsense I have ever read in my entire fucking life. And I'm 53 years old. I hope I never have to read some nonsense like this just because magic draws did not win. Give me a goddamn break, Texas. Come on, Texas. You could do better than that. In closing, let me state that this election has been one of the funniest, trickiest elections I've ever seen. A total blanket on the media. That's how much power the Mormons have. And total disregard of truth. A lot of the Republicans were misled. I think if a lot of Republicans knew that Mormon, and Mitt included, was wearing magic underwear, if they knew the truth of Joseph Smith, they drug him out of jail and hung him, that he liked 16-year-old little girls and 12-year-old little girls. This is all true stuff that you could find yourself if you do your own research. I think the Republicans got screwed. I think the Republicans got duped. I think the Republicans had the wool pulled over their eyes. I think they got bamboozled into this whole Mitt thing. It was obviously a racial statement on the Republican side because, as one current Republican just admitted in a news report and a video interview, there are a lot of racists in the Republican Party. So of course they're going to put up a church that used to be one of the most racist churches on the face of the earth. A man representing that. That was a statement right there. The Republicans have to do much better than that if they're going to try to get control back of the government. Both parties can go take a flying leap as far as I'm concerned, but let's just stick to the issue right now. America has shown that it's trying to grow up a little bit by electing a man who actually is half black and half white, showing black and white coming together and stepping forward as one. The issues of the past have to die. All that old school nonsense has to die. Those people who are the old school network are trying to recreate themselves in the younger generation so that their ideals and values will pass on. It's time for that stuff to just die. Let those people die out with their old-fashioned ideas. Unfortunately, due to slavery, a lot of the Caucasians in this country, they have been mentally programmed to think that black people are lesser than what we really are as a race. That has to end also. The truth has to come out. We can no longer tolerate ignorance in the world at this day and age. It's time for mankind to grow up. Time for America to grow up and mature as a nation. We cannot allow these people to drag us backwards into darkness. The time for this nonsense, like I said, is now for it to end. Period.